Yeah, just like what was that? I just read an article I think this morning about that teacher who got put on admin leave or whatever. Up, I think in Columbus Catholic school, kids were on a Zoom call or something, or whatever, and she said something about George Floyd, saying that it wasn't what it was or whatever, and the student had to, pretty much bite his tongue, saying, "I don't want to say anything else because I'm gonna get in trouble or whatever." And the teacher is pretty
See?
much dismissing what had actually happened because the student had asked the teacher, like, "Hey, are you trying to say what happened to him didn't happen?" And like, well, we can't all, go against the police and all this other stuff or whatever, even though it's, we could be watching the same thing and, everybody else will see what they want to see, you know.
Right. It's like,
That's just what it is, man.
and I mean, it's embedded in the school system, bro. How many times have a young girl been kicked out of school or not allowed to attend her prom because she's wearing her hair natural, or she has braids?
Yeah.
There has been on 2 occasions I've seen where a little black girl has been in school and the teacher has cut their fucking hair. And they said, "Oh, well, they were playing with it." Well, you wouldn't do it with a white kid. How many times have how many times has there been a teacher who was teaching black history or slavery in one of these elementary schools, and to teach that they decided to dress the black kids up as slaves?
Yeah, that part. Or whitewash,
There you
pretty
go.
much, tell them that, you don't know what you're talking about,
Right.
even though you may have somebody who's a generation away from slavery still alive that you could pretty much put on the phone and be like, could you tell them how it really was? But yet all they have is their notes or whatever, but yet they can tell you about the black experience.
Big bro. In Texas, it's amazing you said that. In Texas, again, I love everything. I know people like read meters. I was reading meters, and there was a white woman who was pissed off, and she said because this was a white woman. She said they're whitewashing the books, and I don't think that that's right for them to teach my kid some watered down history. I forget whose name she said they were removing, but she also informed me, she said they're not even calling the transatlantic slave trade anymore. They're now calling it the triangular trade.
See?
All this in a 5-minute conversation. I don't know what made
What
her
do you
feel
expect?
comfortable to have it with me, but yeah, no.
I mean, our educational system is a fucking joke.
And
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we talked about that. I mean, like I said, they got teachers who just go there and just take attendance or whatever. They're not there to, pretty much pour anything to these kids.
I mean,
Exactly.
but these are educated people we're talking about, these teachers. You be fed up with your fucking job too if you had to sling the slop that they give you to fucking sling. And you know the fucking truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah, that
Yeah, they say they just teach them, they school them up for the test.
Yeah.
Just that
Yeah.
test. Like, we got to
Right.
get those numbers up, that testing score up, and
Right.
that's it. Nothing, that's going to stick.
Right.
You just teach somebody, they're good, and within 24 hours, they didn't forgot half
Right.
what they studied
Right.
for. So
Let me tell you something, man. My nephew is in this kid is in he's homeschooled.
okay.
The shit this kid is learning, maybe I ain't pay attention in school. But I don't remember hearing some of this shit till college.
hmm
And I remember I went to Mary Harlow Elementary School, and I remember kids coming to school, like coming from these other places, like, man, we already went over this shit. Y'all behind. What the fuck is he talking about?
hmm
Or you hear about that one kid to go to another school across town, Ursuline, Mooney, some shit like that, maybe Boardman. Oh man, I had to catch up when I got there because I was so far behind. So it is that thing there, man. Like you said, they sling and slop, man, while everybody else is serving filet mignon up in the classroom.
It's not just that, man. Now I really have, I feel a certain type of way because all the technology that's out there. I remember having to, get an assignment from a teacher, and you try to go to the library, and everybody got the same assignment, and you can't get that book. You can't
Mhm.
get that book for 2-3 weeks or whatever. What do? Now these guys, they can pull out their phone. They can ask,
Right.
they can ask Siri. They can ask whoever.
There you go.
and for the answers or whatever. I remember having to, search up and down and around town trying to figure out, what the hell's going on, man.
Remember when we had reference the Encyclopedia Britannicus? They was in alphabetical order.
We had them, but we didn't have the whole alphabet.
You got B and X.
Any time this decade.
Yeah.
You said what?
It wasn't from anything this decade.
Right.
Yeah, dang right.
Fucking Britannicus from the 60s. I had a fucking set of Britannicas that was so goddamn old, Kwanzaa wasn't in that motherfucker.
Wow.
The map of the way they mapped out the globe was fucked up. All the continents were still connected. Get the fuck out of here.
Like I said, man, that's why I feel a certain type of way about these kids now, because they got everything. I wish I didn't have to leave my crib to have to go to the damn library and try to, find some shit. What was that? The transcripts, the transcribe stuff or whatever. When you had to go and get the film, the microfilm or whatever. That kids will never ever do anything like that. What was that? The Dewey decimal system and all that shit.
Right.
Man? None of that.
Oh, God. This thing, they had a motherfucker that had to go to college for fucking 6 years to be a librarian.
Yes. Yes.
Siri, explain the Pythagorean theorem to me. You'd be like, you bitch ass.
Boom.
You're like, oh, these kids fucking geniuses. And you hear them up in the room like, hey, Google, Alexa, Siri. Fuck all three of them. It's like, do you need a library anymore?
You should.
You should.
I love the library.
You need a library.
But I'm saying, for them, it's just like you said, Google.
Said kids don't.
Google is their library.
One of my lady's friends said that her son was complaining, was like, "Why are you teaching me cursive? Like, we text, you know what I mean? Who uses that?" And I was like, "Well, damn."
I don't even teach
that. Yeah, but still, damn it, if I know it, your ass better know it. You know what I mean? How you gonna read?
You get the fucking backstory on fucking cursive, and you're like, man, why the fuck did we spend time on this?
But it's just a kid. He was like 6 or 7 years old, and he's asking his mom, like, why are they teaching us this? Nobody uses this. I was like, well, shit.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. This is one of those now you know situations. Please explain to us the backstory of cursive briefly.
Okay. So back before ballpoint pens and shit,
right?
You had to take a fucking feather out of a chicken's ass, sharpen that bitch, and dip it in some fucking whale ink.
Ben Franklin style. That's the Constitution. All that shit was written on.
Yes, I'm sorry, octopus ink. When you would write a letter, you would put that feather on the paper, and you would run your letters all the way through until you ran out of ink, because every time you put that fucking feather down on the paper, it would leave a blot. So you connected all of your letters together when you made a sentence.
Got it.
Because you're using free flowing ink.
Yep.
So let me.
Yeah. So ever since we stopped using fucking fountain pens, they could have stopped. They could have stopped teaching fucking cursive. Like, we didn't need to learn that shit.
So how the fuck is this supposed to work where you sign a document and where it says print your name, you print your name and then signature here? I mean, what's it going to be? Print your name, then initials? What the fuck are they going to do?
Shit.
Print your name.
When was the last time you signed paper?
They're not. I signed a lot of shit. They're not teaching the shit.
Oh, I did that. Actually, I did this morning. I had to sign that I was COVID free entering
there you go.
a workspace, saying that, because they only allowed X amount of people in their suite, and the secretary was like, sign this and saying that you're whatever, you negative or whatever the shit is. I probably signed my life away on it. I just signed and dated. So, but yeah, I had to sign something this morning. So
shit, my job, they wouldn't accept regular fucking signatures anymore. Everything had to be fucking
e-signature,
e-signed and stamped by Adobe Reader or whatever.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Or Adobe, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah. You couldn't sign your name on a piece of fucking paper and then scan and email it. That shit had to be, not only did it have to have your fucking CAT card and all that shit, but your computer stamp and all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you sign for packages now. You know.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
UPS come to your door, whatever. Yeah, you electric e-verification.
Shit, this be the last generation with fucking working pens and pencils and shit.
Yikes! Yikes! Yeah.
You know how much money we're gonna save on ink? Yeah, man. Yeah, think about that shit. Everybody uses a stylus, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's fucked up as shit come out because that ain't my signature. Every time I
Facts.
get done, it looks
Yeah.
like I signed somebody else's shit. It don't
Yeah.
look like mine.
It don't look like mine. Like, okay, yeah, I signed for that. You know, like, who do we bill this to? I don't know, but that ain't my signature.
Right.
You know.
I wrote my name and I was like, wait a minute, man. My name is not Manuel. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening? Mr. Manuel, here's your product. No. Mm-hmm.